What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Arrow penultimate finale for Arrow Season 5. So, Arrow Season 5 so far has been pretty darned good in my opinion. I think it has been a pretty fantastic season, to be honest, so far. I think Prometheus has been a fantastic villain. Adrian Chase, the guy playing him, has been a very, very strong actor throughout. And especially this episode and the previous episode just show how strong that character is written and is acted as well. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy the rest of this video. And also, if you're already subscribed, please click that bell button so you can get them notifications. So, wow, we kind of expected it, to be honest. We already called it on this channel. We knew that, well, everyone would be kidnapped and taken to the island, which is essentially what has happened here. However, I personally did really enjoy the way that this was actually done. We had Blast from the Past, we had the Black Siren return, who we know is going to be a season regular in Season 6. Now, interestingly, I'm kind of curious how they're actually going to go about this, because we actually saw Drake, or Dina Drake, have her necklace thing for her canary crime made. So I'm not too sure. We're going to have two people with essentially the same powers. So it's a bit weird there, to be honest. But I expect her to go on some kind of redemption. She will be fixed by Oliver, hopefully. But then again, we're left with two Black Canary type people who are then essentially good, which is really strange. And what I thought was really, really annoying is the fact that Oliver was going on a date with Felicity. So it looks like Olicity could actually be coming back after they pretty much put a rubber stamp and cut it at the end of last season. So it's a bit disappointing that that is going on. And I'm hoping that maybe we get the end of that forever and we get to see him with a Black Canary, because that, in my opinion, is the way it should have been from the start. And that is currently what is going on in the comics. And in DC Rebirth, they have kind of fallen in love again after not being together. And it really did work there. And I highly recommend reading the New 52 Arrow as well as the Green Arrow of DC Rebirth as well. You can check links in my check links to comics in my description below as well. Full disclosure, they are affiliate links, so I don't want you being misled at all, anything like that. But this episode, I thought, was incredibly strong, and the slow reveal that, well, things are not going good for Team Arrow. They thought they'd won, they'd got complacent, and then that was it. And yet another masterful plan by Adrian Chase, Prometheus. I thought that it was executed well. I loved the smugness when he was going to get on the plane there as well. So just really, really, really awesome, to be honest. I loved the moment that they had together where they said, like, why did you include my son? And he was like, well, you included my wife. They've gone tit for tat. Just absolutely stunning there. And I really do hope they don't actually kill Prometheus off. I would be really, really gutted if they did actually kill Prometheus off. It would make me a bit disappointed in the show, possibly because that character is so damn good. And really, him as an actor, I think, is superb. And another thing which I found out a couple of weeks ago, which I never mentioned on my videos, but he was actually at SummerSlam with the Oliver match against Stardust, or not Oliver, Stephen Amell match against Stardust. So a really, really nice little touch there. Now we've got the inclusion of Malcolm Merlyn back, and I love John Barrowman. I loved him ever since he was on Doctor Who as Captain Jack Harkness, and now he is back. We haven't properly seen him all season. He was in the 100th episode crossover special, but we never properly saw him, the actual proper version of Malcolm Merlyn. So absolutely masterful here, and I love the fact that he said that it's taking a sociopath to remind him about family, love, and all that. So that was just again, just a fantastic moment between those two characters. Now, Malcolm Merlyn will not be, or John Barrowman will not be returning to the Arrowverse next year. The key thing is, he says that he's not returning, or he won't be in an Arrowverse show. So it seems like he won't actually be all killed off. He just won't actually be on the season next year, which is a real shame, because I think he's doing some BBC work, which hopefully is Doctor Who, and I think that Doctor Who would really, really benefit from him in the show, to be honest. So there is that, and I love the fact that that is the Flash. We've got Oliver assembling a team, his own version of the Suicide Squad here, which I thought was really, really pretty badass, to be honest. The fact he's got Malcolm Merlyn, he's got now Deathstroke, which was a masterful stroke there with having him on the show. I love the fact that he's got the beard, he's got the eye patch, he's got the long hair, and it reminded me, because I was only just reading Titans and Teen Titans last night, this week's issues of the comics, where they are dealing with the Lazarus contract, and we've got Deathstroke in there with his long hair, albeit it is grey, but it was really nice to see him as that in the show. Now, hopefully they're going to keep that cool look for him. I think that'd be really awesome, and I'm excited to see just how well they will actually get on. I'm kind of hoping Deathstroke actually does return to the show, to be honest. I know we've got Joe Manganiello playing Deathstroke in the Batman movie, but I really think having him on Arrow would be good, and having him as a kind of anti-hero. I think that his redemption, because he wasn't really technically a bad guy, you know what I mean? It was kind of not, he's not like set out as evil, he's not like Barry as Savitar evil or anything like that. It's just circumstance, and it's just like one bad day, like the Joker said in The Killing Joke. So there is that as well, I'm hoping. Now, obviously, what's going to happen here is he's going to have his team together and take on everyone on Lian Yu. And it was cool seeing Nyssa. And I loved her reaction to realise, when being told that Talia al Ghul is the one that she's actually having to fight. So that was really neat. Now, flashbacks were awesome, I think, this week. Now, I'm not a big fan of hallucinations or anything like that. I didn't like it when Diggle was hallucinating and seeing Deadshot. I just wasn't for me. I don't think it is really a pretty good storytelling technique, to be honest. But I think it did actually work here, as we saw all character favourites from out all of the seasons. And having Kovar here kidnap him just before he's about to escape and torturing him is pretty cool. And this is like his final part. This is when he goes through his proper rebirth and then goes to Star City and, well, does everything we saw in the last 5 seasons. So a pretty stunning episode, I think, this week. I love the fact the interaction that he had, well, Oliver had with Mr. Terrific, where he said, well, if I had my T-spheres, that was pretty neat. And also a nice shout out to Lord Mesa as well, with Lord Mesa Bakery, which is cool. If you don't know who he is, he's a fantastic artist who just generally loves all of these shows, just like the very rest of us. So let me know what you think. I want to know what you think on the episode. What are your predictions for the next episode? I think we're going to have a pretty much badass war, to be honest. And really, it's looking like pretty much anyone could die, apart from Wild Dog and Dina Drake, of course, as they're coming back as season regulars next season. So that is it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.